Hi everybody, it's Caroline Robson here from English Online for Children, and you'll also find me on my group page, English Learning Support for Parents. So if you haven't already joined, pop over and join us in the little community group where we give an extra support on different things that, or different areas where you need some support. But today we are quickly talking about what you need to do or how to pick a great storybook or picture book for your child, your young child. Now, children absolutely love pictures. Pictures are the first thing, as they're not going to be able to read, pictures are the first thing that attracts them to the book. Okay, not the story itself, the pictures. Now, we might be the other way around. We might be, well, what's the story like? What's the content? This sort of thing. The children, it's the imagery. And it's important to find imagery that looks exciting and inviting. So the first thing that I do when I pick a book to read from the library or from the classroom for the children that I'm going to be reading to, I look at the front cover. So this is one of the popular books that I have. Okay, and I look for bold writing, I look for colour, I look for the size of the images, and then I pick out a selection. Yeah, that looks good. I don't look inside just yet. I pick out a selection of books and I lay them out on the table. So if you're in the library or even a bookshop, gather a couple of books first before you go flicking through the insides. Lay them out, whether it be on the floor or on the table, wherever you can actually lay them out. Now, don't go shopping for masses or going to the library looking for masses. Just a couple of books will do. Okay, lay them out. So I've got my eye on them all on the table here. And then what I do is I look at them and look at what I think is most attractive. Now, for me, in this particular one, it was the softness of the images. Now, some children prefer the really raw, hard, bold coloured pictures, whereas some children like the softness. Now, if we were to look at the children's toys, they are soft and fluffy for the young children. They're not the hard corners and colours, bold colours necessarily as yet. Then I turn to the back of the book and I read the synopsis at the back to find out what the content of the story is going to be like. So I read that and I look to see if there's anything that would be of interest in teaching as well, a moral within the story. Once I like that, I then flick through the book and I look at the different pictures and I read the book very quickly. You don't need to read the whole story. You can get the gist of the story quite quickly by just reading through the first couple of pages. And this story is all about George and his two friends and how he doesn't believe that he's very good at things and how actually his friends help him realize that he is good at something, and they all celebrate at the end. The story has an idea for a story that brings about excitement, brings about intrigue and well, I think I forgot the word. Intrigue and I want to read more is the best stories. Once you've read through them, so you've looked at the front, you've looked at the back, and you've looked inside, and you like what you see, then if you've got your child with you, show them those books. Because in the meantime, they could be looking, if they're in the library, they could be looking for themselves as well. And then show them the book. Sit and read the book for a bit. You will see if the child is interested in the book. When you talk with your child with the story, it's also quite interesting that you ask questions on the pictures. So, for example, here, let's find a good picture. Okay, let's have a look at this picture. This is Moon's house, so it's the lion's house. So the kind of questions here you could say is, can you see the chair? Where's the chair? And the child will point to the chair. Okay. And you could say, his house is made out of stone. Shall we count how many floors it has? 1, 2. Well done. Very good. Okay, and you can see that he likes to play football and he likes to eat melons. So lots of questions, lots and lots of questions. Point things out. Okay, and do some actions with the stories as well. Children love to be really immersed into stories. That's what makes storytelling really exciting. So how do you pick a great book? Gather a couple of examples of ones that by the look of the cover only you think, this could be interesting. I could read this story. My child would be quite interested in this story. Have a look through them, look at the back, read what's on the back, find out if the story sounds interesting, and if the story then also teaches the children something as well, which is also very useful as a learning exercise. Then take a look inside and read through the story a little bit, take an observation on the pictures, and then have a go at reading it a couple to your children and seeing which one they like the most. But if you want to not read it until you get home, lay them out and get your child to pick one. They can do this. Now, if you've got a 1-year-old who might not be at the age of where they can pick, then you pick one that you think would be more suitable. But the slightly older children have the ability to choose by what they see and what they like. Okay, so any questions about how to pick a great storybook? Pop them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Or if you've actually had some experience on this and you would like to add to this video, that would be absolutely wonderful. So our little community even here can find out some of your experiences and advice on what's worked for you in the past as well. Now, don't forget, if you haven't already joined us in the group, the small group, English Learning Support for Parents, come on over, join us. As an entry, you'll be given the opportunity to be sent a free ebook on how to help your children remember new words, new vocabulary as a way of joining. So have a good weekend and I will see you very soon.